Hi, stars. It's your friendly neighborhood music man here with today's music challenge for Friday, April 24th. So, did you know that April is National Poetry Month? And I think that's really cool when we think about music because a lot of songs, most songs that have lyrics to them, are actually poems that are set to music. So I started looking for some poetry that we could use for an activity today, and I found this great book on Epic Books. It's called Wham! It's a poetry jam. And I expected it to be just a book of different poems that we could read and maybe put music to or something like that. But what I found in this book is that it has some tips on how you can do your own poetry jam, how you can take a poem that either you find that you really like or a poem that you've written, and it gives you some tips and ways to practice how to perform it your very best. So I want to encourage you today to do a poetry jam for your family. So either write a poem or pull out a poem that you've written yourself, or find one maybe from this book or from another book that you've got, and stand up in front of your family as your audience and perform it for them and encourage them to do the same thing. I want to show you a couple of things. One thing in this book that I really thought was cool. Let me scoot ahead to this poem. It's called "You've Got Rhythm," and it sort of talks a little bit about in this first part about how to say a poem when you're performing. Read this with me here at the top of the page. It says, "Ever heard something like this? Someone reads a rhyming poem and it comes out like this." So it says, when you recite a rhyming poem, you shouldn't sound as if you're bouncing on a bucking bronco. You want to ride the words as smoothly as you can, and this takes some practice. So then it gives you a poem next to play around with called "The Dog Ate My Homework." And then it asks you to sort of improvise and play around with the beat and the rhythm of the words to make it not sound like "the dog ate my homework. You've heard that before. The one at the table then chewed through the door." Instead, think about how you're going to tell that story. So, this is a great poem for you to practice really expressing what you're trying to say through your poem. I'm also going to share a video link with you of two kids who are doing a poetry jam. They're performing a couple of their poems in front of an audience. The video is called "If You Give a Child a Word," and these two kids perform together and they each perform independently some poems that they did, just so you have some examples to check out. So I hope you'll take advantage of this book on Epic or another poem book that you can find and do your own poetry jam in your house. Invite your family to perform as well and just recite some poems in front of each other, performing them, add an expression to it, maybe adding movement to it. And check out this book, Wham! It's a poetry jam on Epic Books, to get some tips on how you can make a great performance of your poem. So, stars, happy National Poetry Month. I hope you have a great day, and I would love to see some of your poems. If you wanted to send me a video of you performing, that would be great too. And guys, I look forward to seeing you real soon.